I'd leave them where they are. I wouldn't say they're inspired. I'd say they're providentially guided. They're not part of the original text or any text, which is perfectly apparent. For example, turn to Acts chapter 7:13, and italics in the King James, instead of being a testimony against it, are a testimony for it. For example, it shows the translators were honest. When they had to add words that weren't in the text, they were honest enough to let you know that they weren't in the text. So when you find the ones that don't have them, they're kind of fudging on you. Now let me give you an example, Acts 7:13. Now I'm going to read it without the italics. And at the second, Joseph was made known to his brethren. At the second what? At the second what? You've got to put something in. When you come from one language to another, you have to make some changes. The idiom doesn't match. These people are sticklers and say, well, isn't it exact translation of the Greek? They're just pulling your leg. If it was an exact translation of the Greek, it wouldn't be worth reading. German says, es macht nichts. You translate. You say it don't make any difference. You don't translate es macht nichts. Es macht nichts means it makes nothing. But when a German says es macht nichts, it means it don't make any difference. You can't come from one language to another without losing something. But then again, you can't come from one language to another without gaining something. So when they try to say, well, you lost the meaning of the Greek, that isn't an honest thing either. You gain something from the English. I'm sure the Spaniards have idioms. I don't know my Spanish too well. Now the Germans have idioms. They say, tut mir leid. Something goes wrong in the restaurant, and the waiter says, tut mir leid, which means, does to me pain. That isn't a good English translation. If you're going to translate tut mir leid in English, you translate, I'm very sorry. See, you don't translate, it does me much pain, as tut mir leid. It does to me pain. That isn't good English. So when you translate from Greek to English, it doesn't make good English to say, at the second, Joseph. So you have to put in something. They put in time. They could have said at the second trip, at the second journey, at the second time. It could have been a number of things. I trust God guided them right. I wouldn't take them part of the original text because they're obviously not.